Okay, so what are water-soluble vitamins? Water-soluble vitamins are the B group vitamins and vitamin C. These are the ones that dissolve in water. Now, because they dissolve in water, when they're not used immediately, they're actually excreted from our body through urine. As a result, we need to replenish them frequently. So we need to take small amounts of vitamin B and C almost every day so that we make sure that we don't get deficiency. Okay, so we'll start with the B group vitamins. First one is B1. You need to know the name thiamine. Thiamine is the other name for vitamin B1. Now, thiamine helps you to break food down into energy so that your body can use it, and it's also needed for the normal functioning of your nerves. You get it from meat, peas, cereals, nuts, mushrooms, and soybeans. The one to remember here is meat and soybeans. Okay, meat and soybeans. If you don't have enough of vitamin B1, you get this funny disease called beriberi. Very rare in Singapore nowadays, because Singaporeans eat a lot of meat. But beriberi is when your limbs become very weak and your heart becomes enlarged, and you also get this swelling of your legs, so you sort of get water retention in your legs. Now, we don't know any toxicity symptoms. Now, with the water-soluble vitamins, you don't really get toxicity because, like we said earlier, you do pass it out in your urine, so it's very hard for it to accumulate. Okay, vitamin B2 is riboflavin. Again, what it does is releases energy from food, and it helps with normal growth and development of your body. Okay, where you get it from? You get it from dairy products, eggs, meat, green leafy vegetables, liver, and soybeans. So again, the one to remember here is meat and soybeans. Now, when you don't have enough vitamin B2, you get a riboflavinosis. So you can see the word riboflavin here. So it's a riboflavinosis. And this one is where your tongue actually swells up, and then you get dry, scaly lips and red patches on your skin and your eyes, and you get a kind of nerve disorder. Okay, again, with toxicity, there are no known symptoms. Okay, B3 is also known as niacin. So B1 is beriberi, B2 is riboflavin, B3 is niacin. And again, it's going to release energy, but this time it's releasing energy specifically from the carbohydrates and fats. So B1 and 2 release energy from food in general, B3 specifically from carbohydrates and fats. Where do you get it from? You get B3 from meat, fish, poultry, potatoes, whole grain foods, and liver. So again, you see meat. Meat is a very good source of B3. And the second source to remember from is whole grains. Or you can remember liver, whichever two. When you don't have enough vitamin B3, you get pellagra. Pellagra is when you get scaly sores on your body. You also get diarrhea and a loss of memory. Quite scary. Now, you can get too much B3. Usually if you're getting vitamin B toxicity, it's from having too much of a supplement. So when you have too much B3, you can get flushing of the skin, which means your skin turns red. You get tingling sensation in the hands and your feet. You can get liver damage. You can get blurred vision and also glucose intolerance. Okay, next one's B6, pyridoxine. This one helps to break down amino acids, and it supports growth and maintenance of body cells and tissues. So B1 and B2 again, they break down food into energy. B3 breaks down carbohydrates and fats into energy. B6 breaks down the amino acids. Okay, now you're gonna get it from meat. And again, it's from whole grain foods, so good one to remember, whole grain foods or liver. When you don't have enough B6, you get numbness in your feet and your hands. You get dermatitis, which is a kind of skin disorder. You can get anemia, which is when you don't have enough red blood cells, and you can also get convulsion. In terms of toxicity, you can get nerve damage and skin lesions. So in both cases, deficiency and toxicity, you're going to get problems with your skin. Okay, B9, folate or folic acid. This is the one to remember for exams. They like to ask this quite a lot, and B9 especially associated with pregnant ladies because you need a lot of B9 to prevent birth defects. Now, what does B9 do? It releases energy from amino acids. So both B6 and B9, they have something to do with amino acids. And you need B9 to manufacture DNA, the stuff that's in your cells, you know, the building blocks. And what B9 does, it actually works together with B12 to form red blood cells. Red blood cells. Now, where are you going to get it from? This time, no meat. B9 you get from whole grain foods. So here, whole grain foods again. So it's B3, 6, and 9. You're all going to get it from whole grain foods. And B9, you will also get it again from liver and green leafy vegetables. So these are the 3 to remember for B9. Okay, because B9 is needed to form red blood cells with B12. If you don't have enough, you're going to get anemia, which is that condition of not having enough red blood cells. The other important thing to remember is this thing about B9 affecting babies. So you get premature babies that are not weighing enough. They're born with something called spina bifida. Now, spina bifida is a defect which forms on the spinal cord, and it protrudes actually out of the back. So you can see this little lump here that's protruding out of the back. That's spina bifida. Now, there are no known toxicity symptoms for B9. Last B vitamin is B12, also known as cobalamin. Now, cobalamin is needed for the functioning of nerves, and it's also needed to maintain enzyme systems. And as said earlier, it's needed for the production of red blood cells. Where you're going to get it from? You're going to get this one from all the animal food sources, so meat, chicken, fish, eggs, and dairy products. So this is the vitamin that the vegetarians have a problem with, because especially the vegans, because they don't eat any animal products or meat. If you don't have enough B12, again, you're going to get anemia, which is it's pernicious anemia specifically. And, you know, it's something to do with a lack of red blood cells, but you also get degeneration of nerves, and it can lead to paralysis and death. So here, when we're talking about the vegetarians, they need to take a B12 supplement, so a B12 vitamin, to prevent them from getting these deficiencies. Now again, with B12, we had no known toxicity symptoms. Okay, that's the end of vitamin B.